can I just have a rest day? And I feel like this is a pretty loaded question from my point of view, because you are using your body all day. So what is a rest day? I don't know. Elisa, do you want to kind of
Sure.
go with that one
Was this
first?
a client of yours that asked you this?
It is, yeah.
Was a rest from Egoscue menu, or was it rest from like their typical workout?
Right. And so this is where the question becomes very loaded.
Okay.
I need a rest day from everything, right?
Okay.
Well, we can't rest from everything because like our body, unless you are just a blob on the ground, and even then you're in a certain position. So the question was, yeah, can I kind of take off from all of my other stuff and Egoscue, just everything?
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. No, that's a good question. I've been asked that before, and the client that I'm thinking of when we went into that, like I said, go to the question before, like you're the only one in your body, you're the only one that can feel it. So my first response, my first instinct is like, yes, if you need a rest day and you don't want to do your menu today and you don't want to go to the gym or you don't want to do your typical workout routine, take the day off and then get back to me tomorrow. Let me know how that feels. Do you feel rested? Do you feel like you got what you needed? And I think that comes up when the menus that we've been working on for someone are actually causing a lot of change. And I think that sometimes it can feel overwhelming, and that's the point, right? The point of the menus and the point of your program is to change the way your body is aligned and to change the way your body works, which means you're going to be using muscles in a way that you haven't been. It means your joints are going to be holding just like you said, they're going to be holding just the load of your body in a different way. And even though that's not like a workout as you would think, it's still a demand and it's still going to take effort for your body to relearn how to do that. So if a rest day is needed, then I say yes. But let's keep in touch. Tell me how you feel the next day, because where I get a little like hesitant is I don't want a rest day to become the norm, and then one rest day becomes 4 rest days in a row, and now you've like broken, like you said, broken the pattern of that perfect practice. The point of doing it daily and why it's recommended that way is so that the new patterns can be ingrained, and then they won't feel so taxing. They won't feel so foreign to you. It won't take so much energy. The menus will feel easier. The movements will feel better. It won't be quite as challenging. So I think for a client kind of feeling that way, it's really important for us as your therapist to, and with you, like to keep that communication line open. And I don't know about you guys, but I tell my clients, like, please don't wait until your next session. like email, call, let me know. Like we can, it's so easy now with Zoom, I'm like, let's jump on a quick 10-minute Zoom call. So if you need to show me something, like I can see what you're talking about. So that, I think that's where my mind goes with that, is that there are some major changes happening and we need to make sure we keep a close eye on that. And then not to mention too, like we all have other stuff going on in our lives. So, part of our relationship with our clients that I love is that we're taking all of it into account. Is there other stuff going on right now? Are you stressed in other areas of your life? Are you just being pulled in too many directions? There's just too much stuff for you that you can't focus on one thing. Like if that's the case, like let's make a plan for that. How are we dealing with other things in your life? Do we need to change your menu length? Do we need to change how much equipment you use? Is it stressing you out because you have to go find the block in this room and go find the strap in that room because your kids took it to play with? Like, those little things, they start to add up. So if we need to make changes to your menu, your program for other reasons, that's okay too. Like the communication, I think, is the biggest thing that jumps out at me with this, is like let us know what's going on. A rest day is totally fine with me.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Obviously, if you're feeling like you just need to be a sloth for a day and just not have to think about anything. I mean, I've been there where you're just like, I just want to do nothing and watch Netflix, or I think recently it was randomly multiple episodes of Kitchen Nightmares. And you're just like, this is perfect. I feel so much better because I saw Gordon Ramsay yell at somebody. So sometimes we all just need some of those days. And I would agree with Elisa, like a lot of times, as you're kind of getting that question, we're probably doing some like maybe more demanding type menus. And so, I'll try to get some feedback on the menu, how it's going. Maybe if they just need a day where they're not doing so much demand, might be just more of a relaxing menu. Like I have a couple of clients where we'll have their primary menu that they're probably going to do during the day. But sometimes they're like, I want to do something at the end of the day because I go out for a run or I'm working or, I just want to have something, but this is kind of a lot. So that might just be like a very simple basic static back sequence, or maybe on the rest day, if they haven't been able to get their tower in, that's tower time, and they can literally just lay on the floor, put the lazy readers on, and then binge watch something or listen to a podcast, whatever lets them recharge is also a good thing too. But then also what Elisa was saying, just communicate what you're feeling, because it is very easy, especially if you're just kind of starting out, to be, on it day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Oh, today I'm just going to take a little bit of a break. And then suddenly that turns into your next appointment. So I did it for 3 days and then I haven't done it since. And you're just like, okay, let's revisit why some of this might be going on. So the other thing that I tell people is we want to make this work for your lifestyle now, not make this your whole lifestyle, because it's just not realistic for long-term results in terms of sticking with it. So if we need to have a day where you've got your more demanding menu, this is your hard day, this is your kind of easier, more mellow menu, and you're alternating, that's totally fine. Or if you have like this menu is on your Monday, Tuesdays you get off work early, you want to do something lazier, that's your tower day. And you can find various ways to give your body what it needs as you go, for sure.
Yeah, and this particular client was not asking specifically about Egoscue. She had started doing everything, which a lot of times people decide they're going to make a change and then they do it all at once, right? And so you have this plate with a little tiny scoop and then you just like overload it to the point where it's tipping side to side. So I said, yes, absolutely, take a rest day. Let's, sleep on this, and then we're going to talk tomorrow. And there was just a lot going on. Like, who isn't stressed? If you're not stressed right now in this year, then tell me your secret, because it's like, this is a stressful time. But what we did talk about is having sort of, and Lisa, you hit on it a little bit, but like a restorative rest.
Yes.
Because maybe you do want to lay around and watch Netflix all day, and that's fine. But if you're laying there and you're all curled up or like in a kinked position, you're going to wake up the next morning from your rest day and you're going to feel terrible. You're going to be all kinky and feel like you did some crazy workout. So something like a static back menu, or towering, or just breathing before you go to bed, something like a simple cats and dogs, or laying on your back and just feeling your breath and really connecting with yourself, connecting with your mind, connecting with your body, and letting everything settle. That's also important. And if you are somebody that has a crazy menu with like squats and jumps, and maybe you're fit and we're working our way up to running a marathon, you can take a break from that, but you shouldn't take a break, because we're always living in our skin, right? We're always here. Like your body, you can't just say my body needs a day off. Well, it doesn't get a day off because it has to work every single day just to keep us running, thinking, breathing. So we should still be kind to it. And it's okay to do something less demanding, but let's also put it in a better position to rest. And you might find that if you do that tower, or you do that static back, or you just do a few cats and dogs before you get into bed, then you can really rest and you can really restore and come back to it and, do jump squats the next day or whatever it may be.